Hello students, welcome to Global Intercultural Communication COM550. We are in week 8 and this week we're going to wrap up some important concepts within the course as well as identify some of the assignments we have as the course ends. If you look at the week 8 agenda, we're reading chapter 31. We're watching two videos, one on cultural identity and one on Marshall McLuhan's Global Village. We're also completing weekly review number 8 that has its original post due on Friday, so your answer is due Friday and your replies are due Sunday, and your critical assignment is also due on Friday. If you look at the weekly review, you'll see that after you read chapter 31, you're going to review the major concepts found in the book. You're going to analyze the strengths and weaknesses of the concepts from the chapter, as well as commenting on how the chapter you read integrates into what you know about communication and communication theory. So we're really providing a summative and more of an analytical post about chapter 31. Once that's complete, or at some point along the way, you're going to write your 15 to 20 page paper on your intercultural global communication topic. We had already established what our topic was a couple weeks ago, and I addressed any questions that I had about those topics then. So now what you're going to do is take that topic, like the Syrian refugee crisis, immigration issues, things like that, and write a 15 to 20 page paper that provides a description of the problem, its background, development, arguments surrounding the issue, and discussion of your own position. Now remember, we're looking at how intercultural or international issue within America is affected and how the role communication plays in that. So you do need to have 12 credible sources. That means scholarly references, things of that nature, and help explain intercultural theories that are relevant with this issue and communication tactics that could help with that particular situation. Keep in mind that in your credible sources, 8 of those must be from peer-reviewed journals, and then the other 4 can be from textbooks or other items that you found relevant to help you with your paper. Once you've completed your paper and sometime before Friday, you need to submit it to Blackboard. You're going to submit it to Blackboard in 2 places. You're going to submit it as a safe assignment in Blackboard. Your originality report needs to be less than 30%. If it comes up higher, then you need to revise some things in your paper based off of what the report says, then resubmit it. Once you get that score under 30%, then you can submit it to TaskStream. In order for me to be able to grade it, it has to be submitted to SafeAssign and TaskStream. It won't be graded if it's not submitted to both places. Once you've gotten to that point where you're submitting it to TaskStream, you'll see the instructions here. You'll complete numbers 3 through 12 to submit it to TaskStream and ensure that it's uploaded properly. If there's any issues with your assignment or anything like that, I'll definitely be notified if it wasn't submitted correctly, so there's no need to reach out to me there unless you see some type of error or screen or anything like that. Also, as you're working through your critical assignment, submitting it to TaskStream, if you have any specific questions, there's a step-by-step guide posted in Blackboard for you to go through prior to contacting me. What I'll do at that point, if there's an issue with submitting it to TaskStream, is I'll send it off to our IT department and they'll give us some feedback. But more than likely, they'll refer us back to the instructions PDF if you have not used that already. One major concept this week is looking at Marshall McLuhan. He was known as one of the greatest mass communication theorists. He ironically was a literary scholar prior to getting into media and analyzing media and looking at media ecology and things of that nature. His first love in his academic profession was working as a professor in literary analysis and English. After that, he kind of dabbled in the area of mass communication, looking at communication technologies for fun, is what he's been quoted by saying. He coined the phrases global village and medium is the message, and this week we're watching and looking at some things that have to do with the idea of a global village. Particularly, leading to the global village, his idea of the medium is the message considers that the medium is used to communicate. So it's more important analyzing what we're using to communicate than the message that we are saying. He said that we always have similar messages to say throughout time and space and within society. A good example of this is that professors and students have the same type of messages they're going to interact with on a semester-to-semester basis. However, the mediums we use to communicate that message says more about not just our technological advances, but how we view technology and communication than what we are actually saying. It doesn't matter what you say on the television and print on a telephone or things like that. It's rather the medium that you're using to say it. So the fact that we can utilize a phone in so many different ways to communicate on so many different platforms, according to McLuhan, speaks more to us than what we're actually saying with that phone. So when we think about that, we need to think about how that influences society as a whole. Looking at his idea of the global village, this phrase was coined in 1962. He theorized this along with the ideas of the television and the telephone, saying that those two technological communication devices brought us together. We are separated by seas and continents and things of that nature in a global sense, but what we really create is this village-like mentality. And so what he was getting at was saying that this idea of a global village really, really helped usher in this new age of electronic communication and has shrunk the world to the size of a village. That instant communication brought forth, remember, in the 60s by television, radio, and the phone had shrunk the world and allowed for instant communication. Think about what he would think of today with how we utilize technology and consider digital media tools and communication technologies and things of that sense. We can almost use a watch to help us communicate and answer questions and things of that nature with other people. So this idea of a global village is using communication technologies to create a smaller world and create a chance for more instant communication. Keep this in mind as you go through the weekly reading, especially in chapter 31. Watch the videos on cultural identity and Marshall McLuhan. This information will definitely help with completing weekly review number 8, which is due on Friday, and your replies are due on Sunday, and your critical assignment is due on Friday as well. Please keep in mind that anybody that completes the course evaluation, if we have a 90% evaluation completion rate, meaning 90% of you complete the evaluation, everybody in the course will get 10 extra credit points. So please complete the evaluation. If you have any questions, let me know. I look forward to interacting with you this week.